Hey, 49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. The NFL world has been shaken to its core, and San Francisco is on fire, figuratively, of course. The San Francisco 49ers have reportedly traded DEEBO Samuel, and fans are losing their minds. The same player who once electrified Levi's Stadium with his explosive plays, the same Swiss Army knife who turned short passes into touchdowns and left defenders gasping for air, is now gone. The rumor spread like wildfire across social media. DEEBO Samuel traded. The news hit at dawn, catching everyone off guard. No leaks, no hints, no sources say whispers before the storm. Just an instant shockwave. The trade supposedly came after weeks of behind-the-scenes tension between DEEBO's camp and the Niners' front office. A clash of visions about his role and value in Kyle Shanahan's evolving offense. Some insiders claim the decision had been brewing for months, simmering quietly as contract talks stalled and frustrations built. Fans are divided between heartbreak and outrage, calling it a betrayal of everything the team has built over the last few seasons. Twitter, X, Instagram, everywhere you look, hashtag DEEBO Gone is trending, and the disbelief is palpable. For the Niners faithful, this feels less like a transaction and more like losing a part of their soul. It's almost impossible to overstate what DEEBO Samuel meant to the 49ers' identity. He wasn't just another wide receiver. He was the spark plug, the emotional engine that drove the team through adversity. Whether lining up in the backfield, bulldozing linebackers after the catch, or hyping up his teammates on the sideline, DEEBO embodied that raw, physical brand of football that San Francisco fans adore. Now, the question echoing through every corner of the Bay Area is simple. Why? Why now, when the Niners are so close to another Super Bowl run? Some believe the front office was looking ahead, trying to secure future draft picks and financial flexibility before the cap crunch hit. Others think DEEBO himself pushed for the exit, frustrated by his usage and eager for a fresh start somewhere that would treat him as the focal point. Whichever version of the story ends up being true, the timing couldn't be worse. The team's chemistry, already fragile after a tough postseason exit, just took a brutal hit. Inside sources claim even some players were blindsided by the move, learning about it the same way fans did, through their phones. Meanwhile, speculation is running wild about where DEEBO might be headed. Some whispers point toward an AFC powerhouse looking to stack talent around a young quarterback. Others insist an NFC rival swooped in, desperate to add a playmaker of his caliber. What's certain is that wherever DEEBO lands, he's going to bring that signature intensity and swagger that defined his time in San Francisco. But fans aren't ready to think about that yet. They're still processing the breakup, scrolling through highlight reels, remembering every jaw-dropping run and every emotional celebration. You can feel the collective heartbreak, like a city mourning a fallen hero. The locker room dynamic is a huge question mark now, with Brandon Ayuk suddenly stepping into a much larger role and Brock Purdy losing one of his most trusted weapons. And you can bet Kyle Shanahan is feeling the pressure too. Every play call, every game plan from here on out will be scrutinized through the lens of this decision. Was trading DEEBO a stroke of long-term genius, or the beginning of a painful decline? Behind the scenes, whispers suggest that this trade wasn't just about football. It was about power. Reports indicate that DEEBO had grown increasingly vocal about his workload, particularly about being used as a hybrid receiver running back, which he felt was wearing him down physically. Some analysts have speculated that Shanahan's system, while innovative, can be demanding on players like DEEBO who thrive on versatility. He wanted more say in how he was used, and the front office wasn't willing to budge. Combine that with contract tension and the looming reality of other key extensions, Ayuk, Purdy, and maybe even Nick Bosa's adjustments, and suddenly, something had to give. Insiders claim the discussions turned icy over the past few weeks, culminating in a quiet yet decisive phone call that sealed DEEBO's fate. What's haunting, though, is how sudden the fallout feels. Just months ago, he was smiling in press conferences, talking about unfinished business. Now, that business will apparently continue somewhere else. The locker room, once a tight-knit brotherhood, reportedly feels a little colder today. And then there's the fan reaction. Pure chaos. Some supporters are calling for the general manager's head, demanding accountability and transparency. Others are trying to stay calm, reminding everyone that the Niners have built a winning culture that survives departures. But even those voices sound unsure, trembling beneath the weight of disbelief. Levi's Stadium is a fortress of passion, and right now, that passion has turned into confusion. Videos of fans burning jerseys have already started popping up online, mixed with teary tributes thanking DEEBO for the memories. It's a strange, emotional storm, part anger, part nostalgia, part fear of the unknown. Comment sections are exploding with theories, trade breakdowns, and desperate hope that maybe, just maybe, the reports are exaggerated. Yet deep down, most know it's real. This isn't a dream, and it's not a rumor that'll fade away. The DEEBO Samuel era in San Francisco might truly be over, and the silence from the team's official channels only makes it more surreal. As the hours pass, analysts are scrambling to piece together the puzzle. What did the 49ers get in return? Was it worth it? Sources claim multiple high-value draft picks and possibly a veteran player were involved, but nothing is confirmed. Still, the lack of immediate details feels suspicious, almost like the organization is buying time to control the narrative. The shock factor is enormous, but the long-term impact could be even greater. DEEBO was more than production. He was personality, grit, the heartbeat that connected players and fans alike. Without him, the team's identity might shift entirely. Kyle Shanahan is known for reinventing his offense, but rebuilding chemistry, leadership, and emotional spark is another story. Rival fans are already celebrating, calling it the beginning of the Niners' unraveling, while faithful supporters cling to hope that the team knows what it's doing. In the end, one truth remains. This trade, if fully confirmed, isn't just a transaction. It's a turning point, one that could define the next decade of San Francisco football. The emotional fallout continues, and now even former players are weighing in. Legends who once wore the red and gold are expressing disbelief, calling it one of the boldest and riskiest moves in recent memory. Some see shades of the past, when stars like Terrell Owens or Patrick Willis left under controversial circumstances. Every era has its heartbreak, they say, but this one feels different. DEEBO wasn't declining. He was in his prime. He was beloved not just for his talent, but for his edge, his fight, his willingness to do whatever it took to win. To lose that kind of presence feels like ripping out a page from the franchise's emotional playbook. Analysts on TV are replaying his highlights nonstop, while pundits debate whether this was a sign of Shanahan's genius or arrogance. Was it about ego, philosophy, or maybe just business? Whatever the reason, the shockwaves are still being felt across the league. Rival coaches are surely watching closely, because when a player of DEEBO's caliber becomes available, the entire NFL ecosystem trembles. Even neutral fans admit they'll miss seeing him in that iconic scarlet uniform, charging down the sideline with defenders bouncing off him. And as the rumor mill keeps spinning, one name keeps popping up: the Baltimore Ravens. Could that be DEEBO's next stop? The fit seems almost poetic: a physical offense, a creative coordinator, and Lamar Jackson eager for a dynamic weapon. Other whispers suggest the Jets, always hungry for offensive firepower, made an aggressive push. Still, no official word has dropped, which only adds to the frenzy. Online sleuths are analyzing flight data, deleted tweets, and Instagram stories like detectives piecing together a crime scene. One blurry photo of a man resembling DEEBO at an airport terminal sent Twitter into a frenzy. It's the digital age of rumors, where speculation spreads faster than the facts. But one thing remains certain: wherever DEEBO goes, expectations will follow. He's not just a player, he's a culture changer. And for the 49ers, replacing that kind of impact will take more than draft picks. It'll take soul-searching, leadership, and a whole lot of wins to convince the fan base that this was the right call. Until then, the uncertainty lingers like fog over the bay. Inside the 49ers locker room, reactions are reportedly mixed. Some players are furious, feeling blindsided and disrespected. Others are trying to stay focused, echoing the next man up mentality that Shanahan preaches. But make no mistake, the emotional tone has shifted. You can sense the silence, the awkward glances, the unspoken questions hanging in the air. Team chemistry is fragile, and even small cracks can turn into fractures when expectations are sky high. Brock Purdy, usually calm and composed, now faces a different kind of test: leadership under emotional pressure. Without DEEBO, his safety blanket is gone. Brandon Ayuk, meanwhile, becomes the new centerpiece, but that also comes with massive pressure to perform. Insiders claim Shanahan held a closed-door meeting to address the trade, emphasizing team first and trust in the vision. But even that phrase, trust, feels thin right now. When a player like DEEBO leaves, belief takes a hit. Players start wondering if loyalty matters or if they're all just chess pieces in a business game. That's the hard truth of the NFL. Heart meets economics, and sometimes heart loses. Meanwhile, the media circus outside is relentless. Reporters camped outside Levi's Stadium, drones flying overhead, fans gathering in makeshift vigils holding up signs that read, "Thank you, DEEBO." It's surreal, almost cinematic. Some local radio hosts have even compared it to a breakup, the kind that leaves you checking your phone, hoping it's all a misunderstanding. Sports talk shows are feasting on the drama, replaying sound bites from last season, analyzing body language, and dissecting Shanahan's cryptic remarks from past press conferences. The narrative has already split in two camps: those who believe the team is planning for the future, and those who believe it just sabotaged its present. That divide is dangerous. The 49ers' unity between players, coaches, and fans has been their greatest weapon. Now it's under strain, and every day that passes without official clarification only fuels more chaos. Even if the trade ends up paying off, the scars from this week won't fade easily. For many, this isn't about stats or strategy. It's about trust and identity. From a purely football perspective, analysts are trying to stay objective, breaking down what the 49ers might gain. Multiple first-round picks, cap relief, future flexibility, all the buzzwords executives love. But when you talk to fans, they don't care about spreadsheets. They care about moments: the DEEBO stiff arm against the Rams, the way he dragged defenders for extra yards, the passion in his celebrations. You can't quantify that. It's the kind of energy that can flip a game, ignite a stadium, and make you believe anything's possible. Replacing that isn't just difficult, it's almost impossible. Sure, maybe Shanahan will scheme his way around it. Maybe they'll find the next hidden gem. But even if they do, it won't feel the same. This isn't just about losing production. It's about losing a heartbeat. Every dynasty faces crossroads, moments that define their legacy. This might be one of those moments for the Niners, a decision that either solidifies their vision or haunts them for years to come. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. And as the dust begins to settle, one thing becomes clear: this story is far from over. Until the trade details are confirmed, until DEEBO himself speaks publicly, the rumor mill will keep spinning. Maybe he'll drop a cryptic tweet, maybe an emotional Instagram post, or maybe he'll go silent, letting the mystery build. But one way or another, the NFL world will be watching. The 49ers have made their move, and now they must live with it. Fans will heal eventually, but they'll never forget the shock of this day. The day their star, their spark, their fighter walked out the door. In time, the headlines will fade, the analysts will move on, and new stories will rise. But for now, the Bay Area stands still, caught between disbelief and reluctant acceptance. The echoes of this decision will linger through every kickoff, every touchdown, every cheer and groan. DEEBO Samuel may no longer wear red and gold, but his spirit? That's something that will never leave San Francisco. And as the league prepares for the official confirmation, tension fills the air. Reporters refresh their phones every few seconds, waiting for the alert that will finally reveal where DEEBO Samuel is heading. Rumors have now expanded beyond a single team. Some insiders hint at a shocking, blockbuster, three-team trade involving multiple star players. It's the kind of speculation that fuels endless debates on podcasts and YouTube streams, where every analyst claims to have the inside scoop. But what everyone agrees on is this: the timing is wild. Just weeks before the next season kicks off, the 49ers have flipped their roster identity upside down. Opponents smell vulnerability, while fans cling to hope that the front office knows something the public doesn't. It's almost like a chess match happening in real time, with the entire football world as an audience. And if there's one thing the NFL loves more than drama, it's unpredictability. Still, even amid the chaos, there's a sense that something historic is unfolding, something that will be talked about for years as one of the boldest decisions in modern 49ers history. But make no mistake, this isn't just about sports. It's about emotion, loyalty, and legacy. You can feel the heartbreak in the city's rhythm. Coffee shops buzz with heated arguments. Kids wear DEEBO jerseys to school like protest symbols, and local radio hosts sound more like therapists than commentators. Fans remember how DEEBO helped define an era. His grit, his charisma, that fearless give-me-the-ball attitude. Losing him feels personal. Some are even questioning their faith in the organization, wondering if loyalty still matters in a world run by contracts and cap space. For many, football has always been more than a game. It's culture, identity, belonging. And when a figure like DEEBO leaves, it's like losing part of that community spirit. The streets near Levi's Stadium feel quieter, the energy dimmer. People aren't just mourning a trade. They're mourning an era that ended without warning. The wound will heal, but the scar will always tell the story of a fan base blindsided by business. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.